Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Star Island, the Middle East situation remains highly volatile, with the conflict between Israel, the United States, and Iran escalating since February 28th, following initial U.S.-Israeli preventive strikes that killed several high-ranking Iranian officials, including Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Iran retaliated with airstrikes on U.S. and Israeli positions in Gulf nations. In recent developments, U.S. President Donald Trump stated that American military action in Iran could conclude within 2 to 3 weeks, hinting at a swift withdrawal. Simultaneously, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian expressed willingness to end the war, provided there are guarantees that aggression will not recur. Iran's Revolutionary Guard announced a significant escalation, declaring that from April 1st, they would target 18 American technology companies in the region, including Microsoft, Google, Apple, Tesla, Boeing, Intel, and IBM, accusing them of supporting Israeli military technology. This comes after reports of U.S. ground-penetrating bombs striking an Iranian ammunition depot. Iran has also reportedly received messages from friendly nations implying a U.S. request for negotiations, although Iran's foreign minister stated no formal response has been given, and Iran insists on its own conditions for a ceasefire, including war reparations and full sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, China and Pakistan. The USS George H.W. Bush Aircraft Carrier Strike Group has departed from Norfolk, Virginia, and is expected to arrive in the Middle East in several weeks, according to U.S. officials cited by Thai Sounds. This will make it the third U.S. carrier in the region, joining the USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Gerald R. Ford. This military deployment comes as U.S. President Donald Trump stated on Tuesday that the Iran war is expected to conclude in 2 or 3 weeks, and threatened to send Iran back to the Stone Age. Concurrently, the UK is also significantly increasing its military presence. Defense Secretary John Healey announced an extension of Typhoon fighter jet deployment in Qatar and the dispatch of air defense systems and personnel to Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Kuwait. These reinforcements will bring the total British forces in the Gulf region and Cyprus to 1,000, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, however, emphasized that Britain would not deploy ground troops, asserting that it is not a British war. According to Netanyahu Vows, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to persist with military operations aimed at crushing the Iranian terrorist regime. This statement comes even as U.S. President Donald Trump announced intentions to conclude the Iran war within 2 to 3 weeks, asserting there's no justification to continue the conflict. Netanyahu made his remarks during a televised address on the eve of Passover, emphasizing that the battle is not over and that Israel remains steadfast in its mission, having transformed the Middle East landscape. He also highlighted Israel's emergence as a regional power despite ongoing hostilities. Concurrently, Iranian President Pezeshkian conveyed to European Council President Costa Iran's necessary will to end the war, seeking assurances against future escalations. According to the Economic Daily News, Berkshire Hathaway chairman Warren Buffett has issued a stark warning regarding the stability of the global financial system. He observed signs of fragility within the banking sector, exacerbated by its increasingly tight connections with non-bank institutions. Buffett used the vivid analogy of a fire in a crowded theater to describe the potential for rapid and widespread panic withdrawals, stressing the importance of maintaining financial stability as a top priority for the Federal Reserve. Furthermore, Buffett addressed geopolitical concerns, expressing profound worry over nuclear proliferation. He highlighted that the growing number of nuclear-armed nations has fundamentally altered the global risk landscape, intensifying his decades-long anxieties. Specifically, he cautioned that if Iran were to acquire nuclear weapons, it would significantly elevate the risk of a catastrophic conflict in the Middle East. With a fatalistic outlook, the 95-year-old investor, who recently stepped down as Berkshire Hathaway CEO, suggested that the eventual use of nuclear weapons seems inevitable within the next century or two, given their current existence worldwide. A Russian An-26 military transport plane crashed into a mountain in Crimea on the evening of March 31st, resulting in the deaths of all 29 people on board, including 6 crew members and 23 passengers. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the aircraft lost contact around 6 p.m. local time during a routine flight over the strategically important Crimean Peninsula in the Black Sea. Initial assessments from the ministry indicated no signs of external impact, suggesting the plane was not shot down by Ukrainian forces. Russian state media outlets, including TASS and Sputnik, cited sources stating the plane crashed after hitting a cliff. RIA Novosti also reported that preliminary data pointed to a possible technical issue as the cause. The An-26 is a twin-engine turboprop transport aircraft designed to carry up to 40 soldiers or for medical evacuation purposes. This news comes from Bayezid Dri-Tone. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.